What's up guys, in this video I'm going to show you a few examples of nice guys being extremely cringy and getting obliterated in the dating marketplace so that this doesn't happen to you. So recently I discovered a subreddit called r/niceguys, and this is a fucking goldmine. Some of the cringiest, most pathetic stories can be found here, and I've just been binging on this. And so first off, before we go through these examples, I want to explain what exactly is a nice guy, because I think there's a lot of confusion about this. I think there's three stages. The first stage is when you're just like basically a pushover, you're quote unquote nice guy, right? And then you realize like, oh shit, I'm being a nice guy. But then guys quite often go to the other extreme where they just think the solution is being an asshole to girls, right? And then that doesn't really work that well either. So then hopefully they get to the third destination, not all of them do, but hopefully they do, where they realize that you can actually be a kind human being without actually being a nice guy. And you do that by having boundaries, by not giving women any kind of preferential treatment, you know, by putting yourself first, right? So a nice guy is someone who's a pushover. He doesn't have any boundaries, right? He's gonna do anything and everything for the girl. And a really good litmus test is this: are you doing things for a girl that you wanna sleep with that you're not gonna do for your friends? If the answer is yes, then you're typically a nice guy. Like if one of your buddies was like, hey, can you pick up my laundry and walk my dog? And of course, if it's an emergency, you probably would do it, but just like on a regular basis, it'd be like, dude, fuck no, just do that shit yourself. But if you're doing that shit for a girl, then yeah, chances are you're being a nice guy. Now, being a nice guy is actually a dating strategy. It's usually a dating strategy the guy's not even aware of, but it's basically, he thinks that if he's just nice to her and he gives her this niceness, right, that eventually she will sleep with him. The problem is that it almost never works that way. In fact, usually being a nice guy is a massive turnoff to girls because you think you're a pushover and it seems like you don't have any boundaries. And that's why these nice guys get so fucking butthurt when a girl goes out and fucks the asshole. And so we're gonna see two examples of this, and it's gonna be hilarious. So take a look at this thread. It was called, I guess he wasn't drunk and I'm a racist, right? Pretty good start. So she's talking to her friend and the girl's in the green and the guy's in the white. So he's like, how's your vacation coming along? It's almost 7 there. She's like, yep, just getting ready for a dinner date. And he says, why are you going on dates while you're on vacation? That doesn't make sense. You see, from blank, did you use the snorkel to our suggestion, right? So she's like, this guy, no, he's from blank, just having a little fun while I'm on vacation. I don't get to snorkel because something came up early, but we'll try before I leave. Thanks for the suggestion. And here's where the nice guy loses his shit. And this always happens. These nice guys get so butthurt when they realize their nice guy strategy isn't working. I can't believe you're letting a random guy hang out with you on vacation. That's like stuff on hostels and college backpacking. I feel like what do you say? I feel like you're too old and too good for that, right? I always say the true for that. She's like, it's just fun, and also it's none of your business. Sorry, I guess I'm just jealous and confused. She's like, question mark. I mean, I'm always there for you, even give you suggestions for your trips. I feel like it's a one-way street, and I get nothing in return, not even gratitude, right? So again, the nice guy's getting super butthurt. She's like, this is super strange. Of course I am grateful, but sounds like there's a lot more to this. Best to continue in person rather than text. We'll talk when I get back. And he goes, I mean, if I'm being completely honest, we've known each other for over 5 years, and not once have you suggested hooking up. Not once. And this complete rando gets a date with you? He's probably not anywhere close to my league. Not even close, right? So this really paints the picture. He's been friends with this girl for 5 years. He's been in the nice guy territory, secretly trying to fuck her. That is, to me, the epitome of sadness, right? You will never, ever see me do this. Like, if I'm interested in a girl, I will just shoot my shot. If she's not interested, I'll be like, cool. All right, nice to meet you, right? And that's it. I'm certainly not going to pretend to be her best friend for 5 fucking years, waste 5 years of my life, hoping to bang her. That's just, like, pathetic. So he's saying he's probably not anywhere close to my league, but in reality, the girl values this random guy a lot more because at least he's a guy who's interesting and seems like he has boundaries versus this random nice guy who's like an orbiter. She's like, you were in a relationship most of the time, we've known each other, and I'm just not interested in you like that. I have to get ready for my date. Many people tell me I'm attractive. I don't see why you don't see that. Unless you have a preconceived notion about me because I'm a ginger. I think this is Wheat Waffles. You know that's racist, right? I can guarantee you I'm packing and know my way around the bedroom because there's nothing that conveys that you have a big dick like telling a girl that you're packing. I'm gonna silence my phone and get ready. I don't know if you're a drunk because all this is completely off character for you. I'm going to assume you're drunk texting. I will forget everything you've said. I value your friendship and will not judge you for this lapse. Have a good night and be safe. Put away that phone until you sober up. So she's giving him like every fucking benefit of the doubt. Most girls are not gonna be this nice. Don't label me drunk just because you can't handle my feelings. You obviously don't give a shit about my feelings. Nice. Enjoy monkeypox. And the nice guy flips. This is why I always say a friendship between a man and a woman, when the man is straight and, you know, the woman is straight, is really not a stable foundation, because typically the guy's trying to bang the girl. And I think girls need to also get a little bit smarter about this. Like, obviously this is mainly the guy's fault, but as a girl, like, if you sense that your male friends are secretly attracted to you, it's probably best that you call it out and just like don't let them continue going like this. And I understand from the girl's perspective, it's nice to have a dude who does all this shit for you, right? But these guys are literally just fucking like, are like a fucking explosion waiting to happen. Sometimes these nice guys can actually get like really fucking crazy and become stalkerish when they realize that their nice guy strategy isn't working. So that was a pretty funny one. But yeah, this guy made the fucking mistake of being friends with this girl for 5 fucking years to shoot his shot, and then of course it didn't work. Who could have foreseen that? And then he got butthurt. Versus if he was straight up from the beginning, he might have actually had a pretty good chance of hooking up with her. Like, he might have actually had a 50-50 shot. He was just like, hey, I find you really cute and I don't think I can be just friends with you, but I'd love to, you know, get a drink with you, right? That would have worked, had a way higher chance of working, and he would have saved 5 years of his life than doing whatever the fuck he did. I guess we call this the monkeypox dating strategy. Here's another pretty good one. What happens when you tell a nice guy you're not into him after the first date? He tracks you down WhatsApp after you block him for being a dick. My other post was deleted. So she says, so she's in the blue. Sorry, was playing game. Yeah, to be honest, didn't feel the sparkling connection I was looking for. You're a great guy, though. I wish you the best. So not even a second date to see if we can have fun in a different setting, get to know each other more? I mean, you dated a man that was married and lied about it, and the felon did have something to do with you saying that I didn't quite look like my pics. I'm so confused how you go out with a string of bad dates and wish a great guy luck. Because she's not attracted to nice guys, like literally every single fucking girl. There's this misconception that girls like assholes. It's not particularly that there's something about being asshole that's attractive. In fact, that's usually negative. It's just typically assholes are more confident, more dominant, they have stronger boundaries, they're more assertive, which are all traits that are attractive to girls. The asshole part is actually completely unrelated to this formula. If you're a cool, kind human being, like I would consider myself, and you have all those qualities, you're gonna be even more attractive than the asshole. If there's a spark, she's like, if there's a spark, there's a spark. I didn't feel attraction. I would need to continue without leading you on. You're not bad looking, just not my type. So again, she's being pretty nice. He's like, I don't get it, because I look exactly like my pics, but this is a dating here. You're not attracted to me, lol. Does it really have to do with spark, or were you somehow turned off as soon as you saw me? I'm curious to know when you really knew. For science, like, was there anything I could have said or do that you'd want to go out again, or was it dead from the start? I mean, this is just getting sad. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong if you go on a date with a girl and she's like, hey, sorry, I'm just not feeling, being like, oh, okay, cool, just out of curiosity, was there anything I did that turned you off? Like, when you're beginning a game, I think that's fine if you do that once, but just going down this rabbit hole of like begging her to basically give you a second shot is pretty pathetic. Nothing could have done. I go off energy mannerisms. It's not something I can describe, but what is, and I'm sorry, girls are typically pretty bad at describing what turns them on and what turns them off, but basically I think we get the picture. This guy was a typical nice guy, you know, kind of pushover, probably not that assertive, probably didn't make a move, probably was pretty timid, and that turned the girl off. No need to be sorry. I'm not married, a felon, and I don't do things for women on first dates without their permission. I don't do things to women on first. So basically what he's saying is I didn't make a move, right? And she thought he was a pussy, right? So yeah, like this is a problem with this SJW logic. Like, oh yeah, you know, I don't do anything without permission, blah, blah, blah. And of course, obviously consent matters and you should get consent. But like if you don't make a move, right, because you want the girl's permission, that's gonna be a turnoff. And she's just gonna go back to the guy who's more assertive and dominant, because that's what turns women on. That's my mannerism. Apparently that's the type of people that do good with you. A couple mannerisms, my horrible energy killed the attraction. The fact that you've been out with the guys you've been out with and didn't want to go on a second date with me or hold on someone like me speaks volumes. Good luck, enjoy dating pool. Didn't know my energy was that bad, lol. See, the energy I meant getting bumhurt and bitchy because I don't want a second date. I can read that shit by. And that is very true. Girls are used to these fucking nice guys getting all butthurt and shit, right? So if she thinks you're gonna fall into that category, she doesn't want a guy that's gonna get butthurt and do all this like bitch-like behavior. So of course she's not gonna be interested. And then here, I guess she blocks him and he messages, oh yeah, I guess she blocks him here. He messages her on WhatsApp. The last message you sent an attempt to gaslight me. You didn't want to go out on a second date regardless. It didn't make a difference whether I would have just said okay or anything. You didn't read anything on the date. You like men that abuse you, cheat, and lie. Your subconscious mind denies the great guys and goes for the shit dudes. My mannerisms and energy, what a joke. I actually only matched with you because of the ass pic in the thong and thought for sure I'd get laid. So now this really paints the picture. So this chick, if she has an ass pick, she goes out with a bunch of felons and bad boys, she's probably really fucking DTF. She wants a dominant guy that can just fuck this shit out of her, that really just takes control, is assertive. And this guy was a little fucking bitch on the date. He just sat there, probably nodded, was like, good boy, you know, didn't even try to make out with her. And the girl was like, yo, this guy doesn't fucking turn me on. That's the energy explanation. And then of course this guy got butthurt. So what this guy would have been better off if he actually learned some game and realized that women aren't attracted to this bitch-like behavior, acted like a fucking man, and then instead of like bitching in her messages, he would have been getting laid. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. All right, hopefully you guys found this video valuable, and you can show the world that you're not a nice guy by smashing that like button, hit subscribe, and click the bell for notification for good measure. And send this video to any nice guy you know so that we can end this nice guy epidemic. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.